accurate. But here's my question, though, for you. It all comes back to me. I'm very happy to platform anybody on this show, right to the point where they try and convince me that what happened on October the 7th was not an act of terror. And when people refuse to concede that point, I find it very hard then to have a civilised discussion. It's why I got so annoyed last night.
Well, can we... So, if I may
consider the killing of my daughters as terrorist?
Well, I think it was appalling. Yeah. And I think
Do you consider it as terrorist?
I do not consider Israel to be a terrorist organisation.
The killing of my daughters?
I think here's a question we have to ask ourselves, which is, since you have defended Israel's operation in Gaza as self-defence...
don't misquote me. Don't misquote me. I've defended...
So you don't say it's part of their self-defence?
No, let me clarify.
OK.
I've defended Israel's right to defend itself, right?
Right.
In fact, they have a duty to its civilians after Hamas's repeated threats since October the 7th to repeat it, to defend the civilians.
So is the war in Gaza not self-defence, or is it...
Let me just clarify my position so you know, right?
Yeah.
However, I have repeatedly questioned the proportionality of Israel's response, as indeed their greatest allies...
But not the response itself.
...are now doing.
But not the response itself, though.
I think they're perfectly entitled to go and take out Hamas.
So may I continue my question then?
Yes.
I'll ask you. So since, as I repeat, since you have justified their response, maybe not how they've carried it out exactly, but you justify their response as self-defence.
Their right to defend themselves by taking out the terrorists who committed that atrocity, yes.
OK. And presumably you refuse to call Israel, and you have refused when you've been asked to call Israel a terrorist organisation, government, or the IDF a terrorist organisation.
Well, the difference is here we are. Well, hang on. In London...
No. Let me finish my question, Piers. I have a question for you.
I must clarify.
Let me finish my question.
You're making some statements that are a bit misleading.
Sure.
This country considers Hamas to be a prescribed terror group. They do not consider Israel to be a terrorist organisation, and nor do I. So that's the position.
But I'm not asking you. The United States consider PLO. It's important.
I'm not asking the British government. I'm asking you, Piers.
I don't think
the British government isn't here.
I do not think they're a terrorist organisation.
Now let me finish my question, if I can ask the question as well, right, for us to discuss. So considering that you have justified the operation that Israel initiated as self-defence, and that you refuse to call Israel a terrorist organisation or a terrorist government, despite the fact that almost as many Palestinians, Gazans, have died under Israel's precision bombing than as Londoners have died during the whole year of the Blitz under German bombing, which wasn't precision bombing, and yet you still say that, well, Israel isn't a terrorist organisation. I think the question we should be asking is, should you be suspended? Is it responsible to have a person with your views speaking to the public when you clearly refuse to condemn that which needs to be condemned, which was worse than the London Blitz? Those that condemn
perfectly reasonable.
With precision weapons, and the Germans didn't even have precision weapons.